Go live. Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, it's working. Alright, cool.
Oh, okay, there we go.
So I was just streaming for like 10 minutes. When it wasn't actually streaming. So let me figure out how to... Okay, we're live. God damn it, what's this codec error? Okay, I think it's working now. Can you guys say something in the channel? Let me know if it's working. Go back over here, click that. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, so the V programming language. Let's start back at the beginning.
Okay.
V programming language. So I just discovered this. It's actually on Ruckus. Ruckus is a Reddit clone. It's more free speech oriented, so if you get offended easily, I wouldn't suggest going there. But somebody recommended the V programming language. I was asking for a programming language to write some simple scripts with, or like an API or something. And somebody told me about this. I looked at Crystal. I looked at V. I really like it. Go to vlang.org. I haven't done much with it, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm learning as you are, hopefully. You want to go through the documentation. That's going to teach you the language. One thing I'm trying to figure out is how to build a REST API. So I did find in examples, there's this web example, vweb. So you can import web, vweb, create a const with the port, and then a struct app with vweb.context. You have a mutatable integer called count. This is how you start it. And then what I'm not sure is how you handle routes. So this is index. So let's just run this. Let's see if we can run this. I'm going to grab the raw file here. Let's go into my ZV. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, there we go. Let's grab that guy. Run vweb example. I gotta have templates. Make directory templates. I gotta grab that guy. So let's go back over here. I'll just grab this whole folder. Gotta grab this. I should probably just clone this whole thing. In fact, I think I have it cloned. let's just clone this whole directory. That'll be easier. We're just going to clone the whole V repo. Git clone that. cdv examples vweb, and then we're going to do vrun vweb example. Okay, got a lot of errors here. Let's make sure I'm on the right version. I'm on 0.2. Okay, so I need to install, you do v install vweb. I think that's how you do it. V install JSON. Nope. Okay, let's read the things here. Tutorials. So we did all that. It doesn't say how you install vweb. Vrun. Let's just try to compile. Maybe that's what you gotta do. No, lots of errors here. Well, let's start at the top. Unused variable show. These are warnings. This is the type app has no field or method vweb. Let's see here. Google. Not very helpful. Again, this is kind of the issue with using something so new that there's no documentation. There's documentation, but how to get help out there can be challenging. App.vweb. Okay. How to vlang install module. Maybe it's VPM. VPM install vweb. Oh. How do you install VPN? No. vhelp. Okay. Not having much fun here. Somewhere in here. Powerful graphic libraries, GUI. The UI. I had to install UI at some point. Vinstall VPN. You need to have a vmod file. I don't know, man. I guess this is a fail. I gotta figure out what's going on here. Apparently it doesn't like they don't have a vmod file. else can I try here? Let's check the chat real quick. Doesn't show my live stream. Oh, here it is. What else can I try here? Let's check the chat real quick. Okay, so they're saying in the chat room that you don't need to install it. If that's the case, then why isn't it compiling? What else can I try here? Let's get this. Go back to the original error. App has div filter method vweb. Maybe this is for, this example might be version 1. That might be the issue. Let's try something simpler. Forget about the REST API. What I want to do, I have this bash script or shell script. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see it easily. I have VI weekly. So I have this bash script. Let's see if we can convert this to a V script. Now all it does is it does a search in Google for the word svelte. This is for my Svelte Weekly newsletter. And then for each so first it's gonna try to get the keyword svelte from Google for the first 100 results in the last week, and it's gonna pull the URLs, and then it's gonna get the videos for the video search, and then it's gonna print out this stuff, and I'll show you what this produces. If I just run weekly, what the fuck? Okay. VI weekly. This worked the other day. Oh, I gotta do the domain. I gotta check the arguments. So, URL is the first argument, and the keyword is the second. So the domain weekly.com, and the keyword is felt. So this is how I generate my newsletter. So see, it's gonna produce Markdown, and then I can email that out. I use Markdown to HTML to send HTML newsletters. And what it's doing is it searched Google. It's getting the first 100 results in the last week for Svelte. And then it's going to each one of those sites and grabbing the title, the description, and the URL. So it's going to take a couple minutes here. You know what? I gotta do Svelte.js. because I'm getting like all this fucking celebrity shit. Like fat women and shit like that. Okay, so let's run this again. That looks a little better. NPM, Stack Overflow, Svelte Radio. Svelte Radio. That sounds cool. Let's check that out. Two episodes. There's got more than two. Oh, there we go. Cool. Okay, so we'll just let this run real quick, just so I can show you guys what we're building. We check the chat. So, Vermed, sorry, I'm not very good at pronouncing names. I've just checked my example folder and view on Ubuntu 18 for compile and run well with the latest version of V. It's weird. I don't know why it's not working on ARG or ARG. So Thomas is saying he built an API in V using version 1 last summer. Haven't had time to try V2. So I guess the first complaint I have with V is they're not using semantic versioning properly. If you look at they use, so the way semantic versioning works is you have like let me open up an editor here. So you have like 1.0.0, right? So 1 is the major, 1.0 is the minor, and 1.0.0 is the patch. So typically you're gonna bump minor and patch. Now it looks like they went with 0.01 or 0.1, which is actually a minor. So that when they go to 0.2, they're doing minor updates, but they're actually major updates that break the API. So I see that done. A lot of people that don't know about semantic versioning make that mistake. I remember in the Node world it was like that for quite a while. People kind of got over it and figured it out. But let's see here. I forgot to pipe this output. I gotta do test up MD. We'll run that one more time. Check the chat. Yeah, that's wrong. Everything I've learned in the last 10 years tells me not to do that. So, you want to use major. You want to start at 1.0.0. And then we should be on 2.0.0 or whatever the version is. Anyway, that's not really relevant. I don't know why V doesn't work here. Again, this is Arch. That could be why. Let's try and run it on Ubuntu. So how do we install this on Ubuntu? Go to the documentation. So that's something that they don't even tell you how to install it. That's not good. Oh, you download it here. Okay. Download for Linux. What the fuck is this? What's the options here? Build from source. So let's see here. Let's do install VLang on Ubuntu 1804. Yeah, go to Google for this. So here's, got a press creator. So we need build essentials, install git, we did that, git clone, and cd make, sudo vsymling. What the fuck is vsymling? Okay, let's try this. Actually, we'll do one thing here. Where's the git URL? So I got that already. cdv make. We shouldn't have to use sudo. I don't know why we're using sudo, but let's try it. Okay. So what was it? Examples. cd vweb. vrun vweb example v. Yeah, still fails. Same errors. Let me just get out of there. Where am I? cdv, cd examples, cdv web, whoops, vrun that. There we go, that worked. I guess I had to resource my my bash, okay, or my fucking Z shell. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, this fucking R package. Don't use this shit. This is garbage. None of these work for me. The VLink bin doesn't even work. So don't bother that. Just install from source. Okay, so now we can take a look at how this is. Let's just try to modify this example rather than create a whole new thing. I'm going to add an endpoint. I want to add JSON endpoint. So I think if we run that, we go here. If I go to JSON endpoint, yes, I got JSON. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go back in here. We're gonna copy this. I'm gonna create a new one called unsubscribe. We're just gonna put status. Okay. Run that. Unsubscribe. Okay. Cool, that works. So now we got to figure out what I want to do is do unsubscribe email equals food@bar.com. I want to do that and then remove it from the list. So let's see. VWeb, VLang, query string. Oh, cool. There's a VWeb doc. Nice. Okay, so let's see here. Query features, query string, params. Yeah, this would be cool. That's in the to do. Get post ID. Function redirect JSON text and response to client and at once. Add header, get header, parse form. See if anyone has any. Here in the command vdoctor. Let's see what vdoctor does. Well, it's working now, so I won't bother with that. What Node.js framework would you recommend to someone transitioning from Laravel React Stack? I like Koa. Martin, you asked about the framework for Node. Check out Koa.js. It's written by the same guy that created Express. It's a little slimmer, a little more lightweight, a little faster. You just install Koa, and this is all you need. You'll want a router. Where's the router? Koa.js router. You want the official router. It's right here under Koa.js. So you'll have to install that, and here's the API reference. Pretty basic. Create a new router, instantiate it, and then you have router get, and you get context. You can just do like context.body. So I could show you some code for that. I don't really want to turn this into a Node.js session, but let's do Z API real quick. So here's my basic. I set up the DB, the cache. I have Koa. I have cores, router, Koa logo, and Koa body parser. Those are like the 4 things you need. Then I have my routes here. And then you use everything you need here, and then you just listen on the port. And then the route would do something like VI source controllers read. So I instantiate a class, or I don't. Yeah, I create a class for the router. So like, let's look at something simple like popular. So here I create a key. I just get it from cache. This is how you respond. You get this context parameter. You just do body equals data, and it returns JSON. Otherwise, I look it up from Mongo and set the cache, and then return. So pretty cool stuff. I like Koa. Express is kind of the 800 pound gorilla. It's been around a long time. The ORM, I use Mongoose. Mongoose is pretty good. I can show you that real quick. The API VI models. Whoops. Source models. Read. So you just create a schema. You can define types and whether or not it's required. Basically just an object. You can do all this with the Mongoose or the Mongo client, but Mongoose just makes it a little more easier. I try not to get too carried away with it. It's kind of like a thin layer for me. But then when you create something, VI source controllers read. So here we would right here create. So this is all you gotta do. Read schema create, and you pass in your data. And then it creates it. And then you can respond down here. So, pretty cool. There's lots of stuff on Udemy about it. How do I manage database entities? Do you mean like relations? You can do that. You can just reference another collection. Look into it. But let's see if we can figure out in V how to get the parameter. V web docs. Where was that? Get post ID. So I'm looking for something related to parameters. Parse requests. Parse request path pipeline. Unfortunately, these examples don't really help me out here. Let's try VLang. Let's go to Google. VLang, VWeb, request parameter. Oh yeah, I saw this article. This just must have it when you get into the post page. Fetching data with VORM. Yeah, again, I'm not used to this typing, strongly typed languages, so it's kind of really verbose for me to understand at first glance. Create article. He's inserting into hello, so he's manually inserting that shit. Find all articles where ID is greater than 100. Here we go. This looks maybe something. I don't know what that means. Retrieve article. Question mark. So we have name and title. Oh, app form. Let's try that. That might work. Z web. Oops. Unsubscribe. Let's do email. App.form.email. And then we'll do status okay. Email. I'm not sure how you interpolate. So let's go back to the documents, vlang.io. Documentation. Basics is pretty simple. Use a dollar before variable to string them into literal. Okay, so you don't need double quotes, huh? Okay, so you just need a dollar. Let's see if that works. I think I need quotes here though. So let's try that. V1, whoops. V, no. Didn't like that. What did I do wrong here? I think that's an old shell. Yeah. So, unsubscribe. Let's Chobi at tutor.io. No. App.form did not get it. You have example.v. App.form, that's a post, I think. Where were we? Yeah, this is a get. How do you do a post? I mean a get. Untyped form keys, temporary receiving goals, a query on form parameters via function arguments. So where is the list of links? So I think it has something to do with this, but I'm not sure. He doesn't have a link anywhere. So I guess you don't produce a list of articles in your blog. So missing some very basic examples here. Let's go into the Discord, see if these guys know. Help. Is it possible to get query string with parameters with vweb, like unsubscribe, email equals foo. That doesn't work. Alright, let's go check the chat. Yeah, zero ver. Okay, I haven't heard of that, so I guess I'm the idiot now. I don't know, man. I like the 1.0. This zero, I mean, what, you're always going to be on version 0? Like, this is whatever. It's just my opinion, but yeah, I think in the Node world they use semantic versioning, so maybe with this you can start fresh with the new versioning system, but I definitely would stick to whatever the community uses. Okay, those errors are warnings. Those are warnings, I think. The blue stuff, the red stuff is errors. How do you manage database? Thank you for your guidance. We'll try it out. I remember finding your channel on a Reddit post. Don't quite remember from which subreddit. Oh, yeah, I posted a few subs. So this is New Year's Day. Looks like we're getting somewhere, though. I wonder if I log. Can I log? How do I log something? Print line app. Okay. Query. App.query. Fuck yeah, baby. Woo! Alright. Let's go into app query. So it's not app form, it's app query. We should document that. I would update the docs myself, but I don't know where to do that off the top of my head. There we go. Alright, so we're getting somewhere. We got the email address. Chovy@tuda.io. So what I want to do is remove this line. So I have this bin directory. I have this file here. Let's copy this over. Copy emails. Copy bin emails. Test to v examples. V examples. vweb. Okay. So I just want to read that file in and remove a line. So let's go back to the VLang docs. Documentation. Let's say file read file, read file. Open file. Open. Oh, let's open this. So we want to import OS. VI. Let's see here. ZV. Z examples. V web V. Okay, let's go back in here. Import OS. We go down to our email thing. We're gonna do emails equals os.open emails test.txt, or what was the option? Or, well, I'll just leave that off. I don't know what that does. And then we're gonna log print line emails. vrun vweb example. Got an error there. Doesn't like that. Oh, you need the or. Okay. What was it? Or panic error. Unsubscribe. So we got a file handle, I think. We got a file handle. Now we need to know how to read the file. Files and directory. So we open a log. Unfortunately, that is the only example in there. Standard dev, let's see. os.open. Let's see, open. Function open. OS. A read-only file object. So what do you do with a file object? Here we go, we want read file. Read file array, that's what we want. Read file array reads an array of t values from the path. Array of lines, that's what we want. It's even better, read lines. Okay. So, Go over to open. We want OS read lines. Read lines. And then we want a array. Let's see what we got for array. Right file array. We want to delete. Delete deletes array element and index. So first we want to find. We want to find the index of the email address. So there's a couple ways. I know in JavaScript you can just do index of. Maybe they have that. It returns the first index of which a given element can be found in an array. Okay. So index v string. So we want id x equals index email Man, I can't read this fucking syntax. I don't know what this shit means. Function a array of strings, I assume is what that means. Returns an integer. So I think I want to do that. I think I want to do that, but I'm not sure. Let's just see. Print line index. Nope, didn't like that. What? Unknown read line? Oh, no OS. That's not part of OS, that's a global. Okay, what the fuck? Read line. Oh, you gotta import read line. That's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. Read lines. Stupid fucking typo. Read line. Unknown function index. Let's look at index again. Built-in. Function array index vstring. How the fuck do you do this? If you guys know how to do this, yeah, OS read file works. How do I use index? Like array dot index of. Maybe that's it. That's gotta be it. I have to do this. Emails dot index. That's what it is in every other programming language. So let's try that. Okay. Too many windows open. -1. Shouldn't be -1. Oh. I have to name it email equals. There, 1. Alright, so I just want to remove that index from the array, and then we're done. Documentation, no, that's not what I want. I want the libertarian. I want the library, standard lib. Remove. Delete. Array.delete. Function mutation array delete I. Okay, so I want to do I want to do if. How you do conditional? I don't even know that much. VLang documentation conditional compilation. Well, that's not what I want. If. Go back. If A is greater than B. Okay, else if. Okay, so we want to do if index greater than -1. How do you end it? Okay, we had the squigglies. Alright, I think we're almost done here. Index is greater than 1. We want to do emails.delete index. And then we want to print line emails. Whoops, emails, delete. Immutable, declare with mute. Okay, emails. That's cool. Didn't know you could do that. I thought I just did that. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Unsubscribe. I'll do email equals. There we go. Our email is removed from the array. So the last thing we need to do is write this file out. So now we got to find, where's our standard lib? write. Make read writer new write file. Write file array. Write file array writes the data and buffer to the file and path. Function write file array. So okay. We're gonna write this to a different thing here. We're gonna open. We're gonna do OS read lines. OS. We're gonna do OS write lines to or panic. I'm gonna pass emails. I think that's right, but right, no, that's not right. Yeah, there's no right line, so we want to write file array. Right. File array. Pass string text. Path. Okay, I'm starting to understand this. These I get. So these are the typing. This, I don't know why this is before and not after. Well, it's after here. The type is before the function name, whereas in the parameters the type is after. That's confusing. Let me go back to the chat, see if you guys have any questions. Okay, so one person watching, which is me. I guess I can end the stream now, but this is getting recorded, so we will just see if that works. Unsubscribe. Email equals that. So now we should have emails test 2. Whoops. That did not do what I wanted it to do. VI. Wow. Maybe I just need to join by new line. We wrote the buffer out, so that was a little weird. Right. Right file array. I don't know what this question mark at the end means. So I think I need to join here. Get lines joined. Let's look at array. Huh. Where did I get that index? Let's just join. So we just need to write file. Write file string. Let's try that. There we go. We're done. So that is how I will unsubscribe. Yeah, cool. So we've got a little API. Now let's compile this puppy. V that. V web example. And subscribe. Email equals that. Alright, cool. Cool. Alright, guys. That's it for now. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. You can find me at chovy.com. That'll just redirect me to YouTube. Brisk Reader is the project I've been working on. And I'm starting to learn VLang. So the more I do, the more I will do some videos on it. Sorry for the slowness, but I'm brand new to the VLang. So, alright guys, take it easy.